There is a force within you that does not sleep, and silent architect that has been building the structure of your life, brick by brick, since the moment you were born. It manages the impossibly complex symphony of your body, the rhythm of your heart, the chemistry of your digestion, the healing of your cells, all without your conscious permission. You believe you are the master of your destiny, the captain of your ship. But what if you have only been a passenger, mistaking the view from your cabin for control of the helm? In the early 1900s, in a quiet clinic in Nancy, France, a humble pharmacist named Emile Coué stumbled upon a truth so profound, so earth-shattering, that it continues to echo in the halls of modern psychology, marketing, and personal transformation, often without any credit given to its source. He discovered that the will, the very force we are taught to champion as the engine of success, is often our greatest obstacle. And that imagination, when in conflict with the will, wins every single time, without exception. This isn't philosophy. This is a law as immutable as gravity, and one that governs the very fabric of your reality. Coué documented this law through thousands of clinical cases, many of which defied the medical understanding of his time. He saw paralysis vanish, chronic pain dissipate, and deeply ingrained habits dissolve, not through struggle or force, but through the gentle, persistent application of a specific mental technique. He realized that the subconscious mind, this silent architect, cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined reality and an actual one. It accepts the blueprint it is given and begins to build, immediately and without question. The problem is, for most of our lives, we have been feeding it the wrong blueprints. We are born into a world of suggestion. From our very first days, we are swimming in an ocean of ideas, beliefs, and limitations fed to us by our parents, our culture, and our environment. A child is told they are clumsy, and their unconscious mind dutifully orchestrates the physical movements to validate that identity. A student is told a subject is difficult, and their mind erects invisible barriers to understanding. These are not just words, they are seeds. Seeds planted in the fertile, non-judgmental soil of the subconscious, where they grow into the limitations and patterns that we later call our personality. Coué called this process spontaneous autosuggestion. It operates constantly, silently, in the background of our lives. The salesman who fears rejection projects an energy that invites it. The person who constantly worries about their health unconsciously sensitizes their body to every minor ailment, magnifying it into a significant problem. We think we are responding to the world, when in fact, the world is responding to the silent broadcast emanating from our deepest mind. The great tragedy is that we then try to fight these ingrained patterns with willpower. We grit our teeth and declare, "I will be confident," or "I will stop this habit." But this is like shouting at a tidal wave. The harder you push against a subconscious belief, the more powerfully it pushes back. Coué called this the law of reversed effort. The more you consciously try to fall asleep, the more awake you become. The more you try not to be nervous, the more your hands shake. The will is a powerful tool, but when aimed directly at the subconscious, it creates conflict. And in that conflict, the imagination, the seat of our deepest beliefs, always holds the throne. So how do we communicate with this powerful, hidden sovereign? How do we offer it a new blueprint without inciting a rebellion? This is the genius of Coué's discovery. The answer is not through force, but through finesse. Not through command, but through gentle, persistent, and respectful suggestion. He developed a method of breathtaking simplicity, one designed to bypass the critical, argumentative conscious mind and speak directly to the subconscious in a language it understands. He encapsulated this entire system in a single, masterfully crafted phrase. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Let's dismantle the psychological engineering hidden within this seemingly simple sentence. Every day establishes a gradual, believable process. It doesn't claim an overnight miracle, which the subconscious, with its deep memory of your current reality, would immediately reject as false. It promises a gentle, forward momentum. In every way is the masterstroke. It is holistic and nonspecific. You see, your conscious mind thinks it knows what's wrong with you. It points to a lack of money, a specific health issue, or a failed relationship. But the subconscious, the supervisor of your entire being, knows the true root of the imbalance. This phrase gives the subconscious a general directive for improvement and allows its superior intelligence to apply that healing energy where it is most needed, often in ways the conscious mind could never anticipate. Finally, I am getting better and better focuses on the process, not the destination. It is a statement of becoming, of forward motion, which is always true and can be accepted without conflict. Kawe instructed his patients to repeat this phrase 20 times upon waking and 20 times before falling asleep. Why these specific moments? Because in these twilight states, the veil between the conscious and subconscious is at its thinnest. The warden of your rational mind is drowsy. In this state of outcropping, as he called it, the mind is incredibly receptive. The suggestions sink in, like rain into soft earth, bypassing the rocky surface of doubt and skepticism. The repetition, done in a low murmur, almost like a lullaby, reinforces the idea without engaging the forceful effort that awakens resistance. It's not an affirmation you shout in the mirror. It's a secret you whisper to the soul. This is the fundamental chasm between Kawe's method and much of modern positive thinking. Chanting, "I am a millionaire," when your bank account is empty, creates a state of internal war. The subconscious mind, the ultimate truth-teller, simply rejects the lie. This conflict generates stress and reinforces the very lack you are trying to overcome. Kawe's approach is one of harmony. It's about planting a seed of improvement and trusting the inner intelligence to nurture it. It is an act of cooperation with the self, not a battle against it. But the implications of this discovery stretch far beyond personal healing. If the subconscious is so open to suggestion, then we must ask, who is doing the suggesting? The principles Kawe uncovered in his clinic are the very same principles that form the hidden foundation of persuasive communication. The most effective advertising, the most charismatic political speeches, the most compelling sales pitches, they are not speaking to your rational mind. They are speaking directly to your subconscious. They use rhythm, repetition, and emotionally charged imagery to bypass your critical filter. They frame their ideas not as direct commands, but as gradual, inevitable progressions. In the coming weeks, you'll begin to notice, or more and more people are discovering. These are carefully constructed suggestions designed to be accepted without resistance. They create an imagined reality, and your subconscious, in its obedient nature, begins to take the necessary steps to manifest it. This knowledge presents us with a profound choice. We can remain passive receivers, our minds shaped by the constant, invisible tide of external suggestion, or we can become the conscious architects of our own inner world. We can practice a form of mental hygiene, deliberately choosing the seeds we wish to plant. By understanding these laws, we develop a form of immunity. We begin to see the suggestions around us for what they are. We can observe them without automatically absorbing them. The power to reshape your life does not lie in a new app, a complicated program, or an expensive seminar. It lies in the quiet moments just before you fall asleep and just as you awaken. It lies in the understanding that you have a powerful, willing partner within you, an intelligence that is waiting for gentle, clear, and consistent direction. It does not respond to force. It does not bow to desperate commands. It responds to the language of imagination, of faith, and of gentle, trusting repetition. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. For too long, perhaps, the gate has been left open, allowing any passing idea to wander in and take root. But now you know you can stand guard. You can choose which thoughts to welcome and which to politely refuse entry. The practice is simple, the commitment is daily, and the results, The results can transform what you once perceived as an insurmountable wall into an open door. The architect is listening. What blueprint will you give it tonight?